Hi there. We are on day 350 of our Through the New Testament 1 year. We are working our way through Revelations now, and we are on chapter 7. Remember chapter 6, they opened the seven seals. Jesus opened those seals and released the four horsemen of the apocalypse and talked about the martyred Christians, right? Wait a little longer. And today they're going to talk about the 144,000 of Israel sealed, okay? Now it's said, just a little side note, the Christians that are Christian before this started will be spared most of this, hopefully, if that's the line of theology you go down. I'd like to think that. Okay. But it also says, and you can add it up, more people will come to Jesus during the tribulation than at all times since Jesus lived. The 2,000 plus years that Jesus lived, more people will come to Jesus in the Revelation. Most of them will be martyred. Okay. And they talk about that in here, myriads and myriads and endless seas of people, right? So let's talk about the 144,000. And there's a lot of speculation on this, okay? There's I won't mention it, but there's entire doctrines and religions that believe they are part of the 144,000 when it clearly says these people will be from the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? Not from Utah. Oh, okay. After this, I saw four angels standing at the four corners of the earth. You like that? The four corners of the earth. Okay. You can see that if the earth is a globe, oh, that's a whole other rabbit hole. Okay. Standing at the four corners of the earth, holding back the four winds of the earth, that no wind might blow on earth or sea or against any tree. Be in a lot of trouble if that happened. Then I saw another angel ascending from the rising of the sun with the seal of the living God, and he called with a loud voice to the four angels who had been given power to harm earth and sea, right? Given the power to harm the earth and sea, saying, do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads. And I heard the number of the sealed, 144,000 sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel, okay? 12,000 from the tribe of Judah, 12,000 from the tribe of Reuben, right? From the tribe of Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, Benjamin. Okay? Those are the 12 tribes of Israel. 12,000 from each tribe will be sealed. Okay? After this I looked, and behold, a great multitude that no one could number, from every nation, from all tribes and all peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes, with palm branches in their hands, and crying out with a loud voice, salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb. And all, right? And all the angels were standing around the throne and around the elders with the four living creatures, and they fell on their faces before the throne and worshiped God, saying, Amen. Blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be to our God forever and ever. Amen. All right. This is kind of important. Then one of the elders addressed her, saying, who are these clothed in white robes? And from where have they come? I said to him, sir, you know. And he said to me, these are the ones coming out of the great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Okay. Now, this is what I was just talking about. Okay. That more will be saved, right, during the tribulation than in all 2,000 years they've been preaching about Jesus, right, and preaching the gospel, right? Let's read that again. Behold, a great multitude that no one could number, from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. A great multitude that no one could number. That's hundreds of millions and billions, perhaps, right? No one could number it, right? Right? Crying out in a loud voice, salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb. And all the angels are standing around, four creatures in the faces of the throne, right? Who are these clothed in white robes, and from where have they come? I said to him, sir, you know. And he said to me, these are the ones coming out of the great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. They have become Christians, given their lives to Jesus. and they are in heaven, right? Means they've been martyred. Therefore, they are before the throne of God, and they serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will shelter them with his presence. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more. The sun shall not strike them, nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb in the midst of the throne will be their shepherd. He will guide them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Oh, you love that, right? That's one of my favorite verses in the Bible, right? 7:17. Right? The Lamb in the midst of the throne will be their shepherd, and he will guide them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Good stuff, huh? There is hope even during the tribulation, and after there is still hope until the final days, right? If you don't take the mark of the beast and you don't give in, we'll mark that as complete. Good stuff. That was a good chapter right there. All right, and tomorrow we're the seventh seal, right? Still talking about the troll and the seven trumpets and other stuff. There's lots of good stuff there. So, but there you go. Lots of hope, right? Lots of hope for everybody. Follow Jesus, right? It's never too late, right? Unless you die, unless you take the mark. Follow Jesus. That's simple. So, catch up on any of the ones you may have missed and give us a like if you think about it. They put it out on the internet. If somebody likes it, they put it on the internet. Otherwise, they hide it so nobody sees it. So it's the only reason you ask for likes. So there you go. And we'll continue this tomorrow. See you then.